Hey Scorpio, happy April Fool's Day. It's the first day of April today, and we have a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Aries coming up on April 8th. We're going to do a reading for you for this month of April and see if we can get some messages for you that you might need to hear. And I'm going to go take a look actually at what house Aries is going to be in for Scorpio risings out there. Let's see. Scorpio. All right. Aries is going to be in your 6th house for Scorpio risings. Okay. 6th house is ruled by Virgo. The sign of Virgo represents health, your body, and how you take care of yourself. It's also the house of service as well. So, all right. I'm going to just shuffle a couple more times here. And if you're not a Scorpio rising, just look for where Aries, the sign of Aries, is placed in your chart if you know your birth chart information. But regardless, Aries will always rule at the root. Energy is in the 1st house, the house of self, because Aries is the start of the wheel. All right, Scorpio. I'm not a fortune teller, by the way. I'm just going to get a message here. If it resonates, then that's awesome. If it doesn't, don't take it. I merely just want to deliver some messages that some of you might need to hear out there. So, but I'm definitely not here to put any fear or paranoia into anyone's life. Okay, I'm going to split it in 3. Okay, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Midheaven, and Stelliums. 1, 2, 3. Let's look at what is in the current situation for Scorpio. Scorpio. The Wheel of Fortune, Scorpio, is at the center here. What is covering the Wheel of Fortune for Scorpio in this current situation? What is covering this wheel? The moon is covering the Wheel of Fortune. What is in your crown? What's in the crown for Scorpio? The Hermit card is in the crown for you, Scorpio. What is at the root? At the root for Scorpio. 7 of Wands is at the root. That's deep down feeling in the pit of your stomach. That's the feeling that is felt. The Hermit card is in your crown. The Hermit is the card of Virgo, and for Scorpio risings, Aries is in the house of Virgo, which is the 6th house. Just wanted to point that out. What is behind? What is behind for Scorpio? What's behind Scorpio? The 6 of Cups is behind. What is in front for Scorpio? What is in front? What shows in front for Scorpio? The Strength card shows up in front for you. Let's get a card for you, Scorpio. Okay. The Ace of Swords is in the card for you. Let's look at how you see the environment. How do you see outside? What does it look like to you in the outer world through your lens? The Page of Swords. Okay. What is in your hopes and fears? Hopes and fears for Scorpio. Hopes and fears for Scorpio. The 4 of Pentacles. Let's look at overall advice for Scorpio. Overall advice for Scorpio. Overall advice for Scorpio is the Justice card. Okay. Okay. And at the bottom, we have the World. Holy crap. Okay. There's a lot going on here, apparently. This could very well be a reading for Scorpio stelliums out there. If you don't know what a stellium is, if someone has 3 of Scorpio in one house, there's a very strong, potent theme in your life in that particular house. And then you look at the planets involved as well. This could either be somebody who either has an Aries stellium in their Scorpio, but they have an Aries stellium in their 8th house. In Scorpio, that's your house that you rule. You live in the 8th house with Pluto there. Or it could be a Scorpio stellium in any other house. But let me just start this reading here. So let's look at the center. You have the Wheel of Fortune, which some say represents the planet Jupiter, because it's about expanding and it's also about good luck. It's about the karmic wheel turning, right? It's a good thing. And it has all the fixed signs. Scorpio, you're in this, in the 4. You're one of the 4 fixed signs, okay? So you're there. But we have the Moon card that is overshadowing it for some reason. The Moon card can represent Scorpio. In the old days, they said this was a Scorpio card, but then they also say it's the Cancer card because in astrology, the sign Cancer rules over the moon. So, something of that nature, but essentially it means mystery, unknown, and it could also mean discomfort, fears, doubt. Just not really known, right? At the crown, we have the Hermit card. Maybe you are a lot more reserved right now than you normally are. Perhaps you've been more to yourself. Or maybe you've been a lot more spiritual. You've been getting a lot more messages when you're by yourself, when you're alone, that have been giving you these signs of a big phase that is turning and changing. Yeah. Beneath you, you still feel those. I mean, this is kind of the combo, right? This is kind of what it's like. The Hermit is a good card, but they're isolated and they are spiritual, but they can also shine light on things, right? They are the ones that have the light in the darkness, which is the positive. But below, it's still chaotic and scary, and it's very, very much like exhausting because you have the 7 of Wands here, where you feel like you're up against something, all these things by yourself, and there's no support there for you. You feel unsupported. You don't feel like you have people behind you at the very root of you. So then it just adds to the feeling of loneliness. But that's the very thing that could be overshadowing this current situation that you actually have an opportunity to have right now, which is luck and good fortune happening for you. So if anything, I kind of see this Moon card as being you, a perception you have that is making it to where you can't see this, where it is there for you. Behind you, you have the 6 of Cups, which is also the card of Scorpio. And it's about the very deep memories that you have intimate connection to. Whether it's just with the memories themselves in the past or whether it's with actual people in your life, that are either still in your life or not in your life anymore. But that is a theme that influences this situation of you like this, and then overshadowing your own luck. What's in front of you is a good thing that's going to help you, I think, which is strength. Now, it's not a person. Sure, I know it's not an actual person. It's just a major arcana, which aids into the pivotal moment and change in your life. Either something will happen to your benefit and you might not see that it's to your benefit at first, but eventually you will see it, because we do have the World card at the very bottom of the deck of this reading here. So that also signifies to me that anything that could happen now or within this year is for your betterment. And it might not feel like it in the beginning, but you will understand the reasons behind it later on. If it's not that, then, I mean, this could also represent a person, right? And the people I see here are, well, Virgo is the Virgin here, or Leo. Leo is the Lion. Could be friends that have those qualities. Leo is the passionate, fun, exciting, fiery, positive energy. And Virgo is the energy of practical, structured, clean, and disciplined. So that's another thing it could represent for you. That could be of the fortune that you get, getting more of those influences in your life to balance out and get rid of that lonely feeling you might feel inside, right? The card to represent you is that maybe people find you intimidating. And I know the Ace of Swords normally means, upfront and blunt, which I'm sure you're blunt, yes. But at the same sense, it could also, what I get from it is intimidation, because it's a sword. It's intimidating. Anybody who holds a sword right in front of you in your face, you're going to feel a little intimidated by, right? So I get this feeling that maybe you give off a very intimidating energy about you. Not that you might not even be purposely doing it. Maybe you don't try to do it. It's just the way it is. So perhaps that's also something that has kind of prevented or been kind of something that has made it more difficult for you to interact with some people, maybe, or to open up, right? But nonetheless, I do see that you're a very blunt and upfront person. In your environment, we have the Page of Swords, and I don't really know what that means. So I kind of want to get a clarifier for that, just so I can get a better idea as what that message is for, or what that message means. Okay, just give me a moment here. Scorpio has a Page of Swords in the position of the people outside and the environment around the outer world. So what does it mean? I'm going to have to try and get some clarity here. What does it mean? Page of Swords. What is the Page of Swords exactly mean? Well, I got the Virgo card again. Okay. I got the Virgo card again. Soul searching, of course. Being alone. Inner guidance. The Page of Swords with that combined. Perhaps there is somebody in your environment that is going through the same exact thing that you're going through. Maybe you guys don't talk about it much. Maybe you're just friends. Maybe not. Who knows? You can apply whatever resonates or makes most sense to you. But perhaps you both are on the same journey. Maybe you don't even know it yet. But it's showing up here as someone's going through the same thing that you're going through. And I mean, this could be somebody that could benefit you in career. So I just decided to pull the top card off of the clarifying deck, and I got the Knight of Pentacles. Now I have the Knight of Pentacles. So, because I wanted to see after saying that, okay, how can we add to this? So, yes, it's about efficiency, routine, conservatism, methodical, practical, right? This person, which Hermit, Virgo, practical, Page of Swords, could be an air sign, right? Because that's why the swords, the air suit would come out. Whether it's somebody you already know or not, which I think if it's in your environment, then you should already know them. But you talk to them, so you get along really well together. I see it as a friendship, honestly, because I don't see any love-related cards. So I'm just going to go with that. But if it is love-related, go ahead and apply it. Nonetheless, it's not always about love. Not everything's about love. Even if it is a relationship of love, even then, it's not about love. It's about how does the dynamic work together? How does it function? Is it symbiotic? Is it a symbiotic relationship? So, is it helpful? So, the Knight of Pentacles is also the third decan of Aries and the second decan of Taurus. So, it's a combination of Aries and Taurus. And then we got a Virgo card here. Could be some messages, could be some insight for you, but I'll just keep moving on. So in the hopes and fears, we have the Four of Pentacles. The number 4 in astrology, in the natal chart, represents the home. It represents home. It's the house of Cancer. By the way, you have Cancer's card shadowing over the Wheel of Fortune in your current situation. And so that came out to me for a reason. In your hopes and fears, you have the Four of Pentacles. I feel that you fear. Maybe you're stuck at home still. Maybe something happened or you haven't been able to get on your feet. Even if maybe you could have been on your feet, but then something happened where you had to go and live back with like parents or friends. But it's kind of kept you in a space of being stuck and stagnant, maybe. Your fear is that of not being able to break out of your shell. That's what I'm really thinking about this. When I see this guy looks like he's just huddled in. He doesn't want to move. He's just stay in this same position, right? And then just covering and shielding. But there's not much there. But then it's just the fear that's keeping one from expanding. And then the Moon card could represent that when it is covering the Wheel of Fortune as well. So your fear is actually the very thing that you want to. You have a desire to stop this. You already have that desire to get out of it. You're in the process of learning to do that and doing that and making that happen. Because it's already saying in the fears that you're well aware of it and you don't want this to happen. So you will do everything you can to make sure it doesn't. In your overall advice is the Justice card. This is the card of Libra. The Justice card is all about balance. It's all about balance, keeping things fair. And I need to get a little bit more. For that to be an advice, obviously, I don't see anything. Well, I guess the advice is that maybe as on your journey, perhaps the advice is that during this journey of you going through this process, moving forwards, recognizing that Wheel of Fortune that you have there for you, waiting for you to take advantage of, do it in a fair way. Always make sure to remind yourself to be fair and to not, the way you do it. Hold yourself Control yourself with whatever desires or impulses you might have throughout that period of time. Yeah, and the King of Cups way. So I pulled the King of Cups. So King of Cups is emotional balance, control, generosity. Yes. So that is what it means then, is that having control over certain emotions that you might have, right? And even though I don't see any like outbursts of emotional impulse here, maybe there is a tendency that you could have that at times, right? Just randomly. Maybe it's not all the time, but it happens. And so that's kind of like the advice there for you during this time, the process of you moving up and upgrading yourself. And this card, King of Cups, is a combination of the third decan of Aquarius and the second decan of Pisces. So it's a combo of Aquarius and Pisces together. So it's about, yeah, that's exactly what balancing yourself is. It's the air and the water, right? So, yeah. All right. There's quite a bit of major arcana here. We've got the Hermit, we've got the Moon, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, we've got the Strength card, we've got Justice in the reading. So the Hermit, like I said, is Virgo, and he is the quiet, introspective, spiritual guide, right? The Moon card is Cancer, which represents your home, but it's also your fears. It's also representing fears of having to be independent, growing up and being a true adult, where you don't have anybody there that can just catch you every time anymore. Living, like, it is the most scary thing where you have to teach yourself that no one's going to be able to catch you or be like a safety net. Like, you have to learn how to have the mindset or change your mindset to where there's no one there. Even if you do have someone there, you have to train your mind to look at it as if you don't have anyone there as a safety net for you. So therefore, you have to make sure you cover everything on your own well. But, okay, the Wheel of Fortune card, it could represent all four of the fixed signs, which is Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. But since it's a Jupiter card, the sign that rules Jupiter is Sagittarius. So it could be a Sagittarius card as well. The Strength card is, they usually say it's the sign of Leo that it represents, but I've always kind of thought that it's a combination of Leo and Virgo because of the Virgin as well. And then the Justice card, like I said, is Libra, the card of Libra, because Libra is the scales. So, and since the World card is here at the bottom of the deck, this is two cards. You have the Wheel of Fortune with all four fixed signs, the World card with all four fixed signs as well. That could also be a message for somebody out there. But anyways, I hope you liked that reading, Scorpio, and I wish you the best. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the month, and peace out.